Right now, nearly 45% of adults in the United States do not have the cash to cover a sudden 3-month expense without borrowing. When a tire blows out on a dark road or a medical bill lands in the mail, that lack of a buffer turns a bad day into a full-blown crisis. Without cash set aside specifically for these moments, you are forced into bad choices. That $400 repair goes on a high-interest credit card. Or worse, you have to drain long-term investments and pay penalties just to keep the lights on. Financial experts usually recommend saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses. If you are starting from zero, that number is so large it often triggers action paralysis. It feels impossible, so you don't even start. To fix this, we need to shrink the target. We are going to build a $1,000 starter fund. This single, accessible stepping stone is designed to act as your initial shock absorber, catching the vast majority of common daily emergencies. The traditional approach to saving is waiting to see whatever is left at the end of the month. The problem is, there is usually nothing left. Instead, we are going to use a zero-based budget to pay yourself first, treating this savings goal like a recurring bill that gets paid first. Saving your first $1,000 marks a shift in how you handle money. You move away from reacting to problems as they happen, becoming someone who anticipates and absorbs them. Overcoming inertia is the hardest part of the process. Your first mandate is to generate just $100 within the next 24 to 72 hours. You do not need a second job for this. Walk around your house and pick out 3 unused items to sell online, like old electronics or hobby gear. Or gather up recent impulse purchases that still have tags and return them. Next, make a few highly targeted temporary cuts. Pause all dining out for 30 days, or commit to a strict no-spend weekend. You only need to execute this for a single month to accelerate your progress. When you free up that first $100, your brain associates saving with a tangible, immediate win. Take that cash and deposit it immediately, even before we set up your long-term banking infrastructure. Putting that first $100 into a savings account creates visible momentum you can track. This initial sprint is proof of concept. It shows you that you have immediate control over your cash flow, helping you move past the scarcity mindset that keeps many people stuck. Now we need to protect that money. We are going to build the Vault, a high-yield savings account located at a completely different bank than your everyday checking account. Do not keep your emergency fund in your primary checking account. When your safety net is blended with your daily spending, you will inevitably spend it on groceries or rent by mistake. You also must avoid putting this cash into the stock market or certificates of deposit. Your emergency capital needs to remain highly liquid and completely immune to market drops. Next is the most critical step, automation. Configure an automatic recurring transfer from your primary checking account into your new high-yield savings account and schedule it to run strictly on the day after you get paid. Even small micro-transfers of $20 a week compound rapidly. By automating the process, you remove willpower and memory from the equation. The easiest way to save money is to never touch it in the first place. This setup turns saving from a stressful monthly decision into a background process that builds your security. With your vault funded, you have to protect it from lifestyle inflation. Before you withdraw a single dollar, run the expense through a strict 3-part checklist. Is the expense urgent? Is it necessary? And is it truly unexpected? Let's clarify unexpected. There's a major difference between a sudden crisis, like a broken water heater, and an expense that is infrequent but highly predictable. This chart categorizes regular versus irregular expenses. On the right side, things like annual insurance premiums or routine vehicle maintenance are predictable and belong in your standard monthly budget. Further down that column, you see gifts and travel. A limited-time sale or last-minute vacation will drain your savings quickly, but they do not qualify for the vault. However, when a true emergency does pass the checklist, like a cracked tooth or a blown transmission, spend the money without hesitation. That is the exact purpose of this capital. Setting these strict definitions protects your cash from impulse spending, guaranteeing your safety net is fully intact when life actually throws a wrench in your plans. After you use the fund, your immediate priority is to replenish it. Map out a focused 4 to 8 week timeline. Turn those temporary lifestyle cuts back on and quickly restore the balance to $1,000. Notice how different this feels. Handling a sudden medical bill with a simple cash transfer provides profound relief. There is no panic, and there is no new high-interest debt. Once your $1,000 target is fully automated and achieved, you own the system. You can immediately redirect these exact same habits to start aggressively paying off your remaining debts. From there, your ultimate goal comes back into focus. You will eventually expand this starter fund into a complete 3 to 6 month living expense reserve. Building this initial emergency fund provides the foundation for every goal that follows. You have stopped reacting to every financial shock and finally have the stability required to start planning for the future.